Hi everyone and welcome back. In our new study, we are journeying through the life of Jesus. We want to draw closer to him and discover more about what his life, his death and his resurrection means for us today. Have you ever been given news that has taken you by surprise? How did you react? Were you stunned into silence? Perhaps you've been given some bad news recently. Well, today we began our journey in the book of Luke with some unexpected news. We read of a young girl, perhaps as young as 13, who woke up one day to the most unimaginable news. She probably started off that day as she did any other day, dreaming about the future, perhaps thinking about her fiancé Joseph. Then all of a sudden an angel appeared and told her that she would give birth to a son, the Son of God, Emmanuel. Now I don't know about you, what you think, but I think I would have had a few questions for old Gabriel. Like, what do you mean? This is impossible. What about Joseph? How am I going to explain this to him and my parents? Not to mention the townspeople, who will probably stone me to death as they will think I will have been unfaithful. But the young woman didn't say anything like that. Instead, we read in Luke's Gospel that she says, "I am the Lord's servant. May it be." What a response. Why was she so accepting? You could say she was stunned into silence. After all, she was only young. I suppose you could say that. But I think her acceptance ran deeper than this. That it had more to do with the fact that she knew that her life was held in the palm of God's hands. That he was in control of her destiny, not her. Yes, she was afraid, of course she was, but the presence of God was far greater than her fears. You see, we may have fear in us, but fear doesn't have to have us. When you belong to God, you are his, and he has you in the palm of his hands. He has you and your future. We learn today that this child was the fulfillment of God's promise. She would give birth to Emmanuel, which means God with us, and God was with her. All she needed to do was trust in him. He could help her with all that was to come. Whatever it is you're facing today, perhaps bad news, unexpected news. If you believe that the promise of Emmanuel's for you today, then God is with you. You are in his hands and you do not need to face tomorrow alone. Jesus is with you and he will provide you with all that you need for all that is to come. If today you're afraid and fearful for the future, turn to God, trust in him. His perfect love has the power to cast out all fears. So have faith, take courage, for the Lord is with you just as he was with Mary. He holds your future, he heals your past, and he loves you today and will do forevermore. So tune in next week as we journey a little further into the life of Jesus. Until next time, God bless.